Hello, I'm Jeff, and welcome to Snap Talk, your podcast supplement. Well, another month, another issue with Steam. One issue, however, seems to have cleared up and taken out something similar. 3 games were recently removed from Steam for violating store rules. The games in question were Abstractism, Bitcoin Miner, and Climber. As for what they did, we'll get to that in a sec. First, a little recap. If you're unfamiliar with the concept of an asset flipper, here's a quick refresher. An asset flipper is someone that takes assets or a concept game from a game engine store and publishes it on places like Steam using minimal to no effort. Think something along the lines of AIDS Simulator from earlier this year. These are then picked up by bot farmers who then work to get Steam cards from the game, which can then be sold for actual money, with the rarer cards fetching higher prices. Up until now, it was pretty much limited to Steam cards, but recently it has shifted to items for games. All 3 games mentioned earlier were caught duplicating actual items for the games with items for games like Team Fortress 2 and Dota 2. And the duplication was so careful that these scam items were even listed as being part of Team Fortress 2 and Dota 2, making it near impossible to tell without hacking into the store if the item is real. And just to show how serious this is, the price of some of the items being duplicated could be in the hundreds, with one of the highest, if not the highest, being Team Fortress 2's strange professional killstreak golden frying pan, selling for about $1,600. Good. It's about time Valve did some actual curation, even if it was just for a few games that were violating rules. The fact is, Valve has let this happen and get to the point where asset flippers feel comfortable duplicating these items and trying to sell them to people. They let this get to this place, and they need to actually step up and stop it. And no, it's not censorship. Curation of a store is not censorship. We'll get to that some other time. Now, unfortunately, this wasn't the only issue with these games. Abstractism flipper Octopath Union is being accused of crypto mining, using the game as a sort of Trojan horse. This was noticed by players when the graphically simplistic game was abnormally taxing their computers. It was also believed that a virus was installed with the game disguising itself as a Steam.exe process. Before it was taken down, Abstractism had nearly 200 items available, which you could earn as many as 7 per week just by playing the game. How long would you have to play the game? Roughly 32 hours per week, at which point you would be unable to earn any more items until the developer manually resets your item earning progress on Fridays while you're in the game. Now, if it wasn't so scary, this would almost be a bit of a genius way of making money on here. You got your legit sales, you got your gray market sales, you got the crypto mining, which I don't really know much about, but honestly, it sounds like a scummy way to make a living to use a game to crypto mine. And of course, you got the residuals from items and card sales. After all, you got the high-priced items that would make more for the bot farmers, plus with the ability to do the crypto mining, the bot farmers would essentially be your own crypto farming operation. But again, it's all just a little too scary, and it gives me a headache every time I try to read it, so I just take the opinion of those who know a lot more about this, and they say it's bad, so it's bad. Especially when it's basically screwing with your computer. So yeah, chalk one up to Valve for actually doing their job and getting rid of these things. And now, erase that one because while Valve did a good thing in this setting, they screwed up in a different one. If you remember from earlier this year, some European nations had declared certain loot boxes to be gambling. A number of games, including Dota 2, were listed as offenders. Recently, Valve updated the game to lock out both the Netherlands and Belgium from opening loot boxes, and even changed the way they handle for other areas. Now when you go to purchase a loot box, it will show exactly what you will receive up front. But as always, there's a catch. Those items are locked in place to your account until you purchase said loot box. Only then will it show you another set of items you can purchase. How they were able to get this past other countries is beyond me, because this is still gambling. The thing is, though, it's not gambling on the first loot box. It's gambling on the second loot box. It's gambling that you're going to get something better the next time around. But to be honest, if they just had it where it would switch the items every so often. Maybe like every hour in game or it would switch just every couple hours arbitrarily, I don't think I would have this much of an issue with it. Because at that point, you wouldn't be locked in to those 3 items or how many items that they have for the Dota 2 boxes. You would have a chance at something else. So yeah, it's adjusted, and it's still gambling. And that is it for this episode of Snap Talk. If you liked what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe, and share with others. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of future videos. If you have a different opinion to what was stated, feel free to comment down below and we can talk about it. If you have an idea for another Snap Talk, leave a suggestion below, and if I feel I can get enough material together, I may talk about it in a future episode. I'm Jeff from Some Nerdy Arguments, and I'll talk to you soon.